Welcome, Heroes to Hive student. Dr. Adam here with you today, and this is your Module 6 review. So, Module 7 coming to you today. Module 7 is a pretty robust section for the end of the course. Covers a lot of material, mainly focused on getting your bees through the winter. So depending on where you live in the United States or abroad, winter is going to be different for everybody, and I talk about that in these videos, kind of what the difference is. Mainly, it goes back to how much honey you need to get through the winter. So, for example, I live in the far north. I need about 150 pounds of honey to get through about 4 to 6 months of winter. If you live south of me, you may only need 50 pounds or so. When I lived out in California, oftentimes we could get away with very little on our hives because really there was a very short period of bloom time that was not active. And so just depending on where you live, it's all going to be different depending on where you live, but it mainly gets back to honey resources. So, but that's what you have on deck for this section that you're going to be going through this month. And I'm going to take a look and see just kind of some of the things to keep in mind. There's an oxalic acid application method instructional video in there. So if that's something that you're looking to do as a cleanup treatment, definitely want to check that stuff out. But really what this section is meant to do is set you up for success when it comes to overwintering. All right, so a few housekeeping items, and then we'll go over kind of what you need to know for Module 6 for the exam. As you know, Module 6 only had a couple required lectures, the Habitat Management lecture and the USDA Programs lecture. Everything else is optional, so there's not that much that we'll cover as far as questions that are related to this particular section, but we will cover those. A couple things next. The next email you get from me on October 15th, the Module 8 email, we'll have the final exam link in it, so get ready for that. Go through these review videos, and like I say in many of these review videos, if you just understand what I'm talking about in these review videos, you will do very well on the exam. The exam is not meant to test the depths of your knowledge. It's meant to basically see if you met the learning objectives that we have for this course, which are basically beginner level learning objectives. So don't be too freaked out about it. It should be, if you've gone through the material, it should be relatively easy to get through. And it is an open book exam, so you can look at bit notes and things like that as you're going through it. But that's coming up in the next email. Well. All right, so let's go through the questions that you want to know for this Module 6. All right, so here's a few things. So basically there's two sections, there are two lectures in here, USDA programs and habitat management. So that's the focus. One, you need to kind of know what habitat actually is. So what does a habitat actually include as far as items? Is things like, is it shelter? Is it food? Is it water? These types of things. What does habitat include? You want to know the foraging range of honeybees. That's something that all of you should know because that foraging range is directly where your habitat is influenced, or the habitat is influencing your bees. We want to know what habitat management actually is. So the term habitat management is something that I define in these lectures. You want to know what types of things you can do to support honeybees and other species through habitat management. You want to know what USDA sub-agencies there are and which ones handle farm number registration. You want to know a little bit about pollinator habitat and how diversity influences quality of pollinator habitat. And that's it. So, few easy questions, something easy to kind of look over as far as Module 6 is concerned. All right, folks, so we're getting ready to wrap up the season here. We've got 2 more modules to go. Get your nose to the grindstone, start getting through those lectures, and we'll look forward to providing you with the online exam coming here next month in the October 15th Module 8 email. All right, have a great day.